up anymore. All right, gonna go live.
Oh wait,
hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci, and no matter how many times I say we're gonna go live, somebody talks as soon as we go live. Right. Welcome to the game. If this is your first time watching, I'm so glad you're here. You should subscribe to this channel. We've done now over 160 of these dumb things. They're pretty good, some of them. You should check them out. Also, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should join that. If you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, that's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. I'm still booking now for March shows. There's still quite a few dates that have spots available. So if you want to be on the show, go right now. You'll see a post right at the top that says March booking. Click that, see if any of those dates and themes look good to you, and then reach out to me. You can do that there. You can do that on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. All that information is there as well. Or you can sign up now on my website, nickmartucci.net/IMDb Game. There's a form there. If you're not on social media, you're probably right. But you can still be on this game. Just clearing up from last week, I have my Facebook back now. I'm back in the world of Zuckerberg, and I don't think I missed it, other than not being able to communicate the game. So maybe I should just go off all social media, run the game right from my website. Is it obvious that I am tired today? Tonight on the show, we're going to do something a little bit different, a new little experiment that, if this works, this is just going to be something that we do more often. I've called this one Your Favorite Movies. Basically, I asked each of my guests to provide 10 of their favorite movies. I found clues for almost all of them. We're going to go through and see if they can figure out their favorite movies based on these terrible parental warnings before their opponents can. I will say that I'm also doing something a little different tonight, throwback to the old show. I've taken out 2 of the mini games tonight. I figure because there were so many movies to choose from, I want to get to as many of them as possible. So we're going to do 12 rounds, 12 movies. We've kept 1 mini game. Marty, don't worry. We're still doing a final question at the end.
God. I like the gambling round. You know who else liked the gambling round is your kids, Marty. Kids would love to learn about gambling at church. I did.
Let's bring in these guests tonight, since they're already chatting with each other. Joining me on the show are Josh Pick, Josh Poirier, Elsie Clark, and Marty Viscosi. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nick.
Let's start first with returning champion. If you saw last Monday's show, stuff happened at the end. Josh Poirier, welcome back to the show.
What's up, Nick? How you doing?
Doing good. I did notice something that I forgot to. We didn't celebrate your anniversary.
Really?
Not counting hosting, you have now been on the show. This will be your 53rd appearance.
Oh, wow. I want to thank the Academy.
Almost a third of these shows.
I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank Nick. I want to thank Marty, LC, Josh, Pick for being here.
I will say, the person who's been on the show the least in this group has been on the show 28 times. So we all know what we're doing here.
Wow.
Josh, since I don't want to give away anything about what's on everybody's lists, you all didn't share them with each other, only I know. I don't want to ask you what one of your favorite movies is.
Okay.
What is a movie you've seen recently that you just really like?
What did I see? I just saw well, for purely stupid reasons, and it's a really dumbass movie, but I enjoyed the fuck out of it. 47 Meters Down on Cage. It's literally one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen, but I just love the hell out of it. It's the sequel to 47 Meters Down, which a lot of people probably don't even know that movie.
Yeah, I mean, that is one that I have used on the game against my better judgment.
But Uncaged is just so brilliantly stupid. I mean, it deals with a Mayan temple underneath the ocean, underneath the sea, that have blind sharks in it. that track by sound.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's fantastic. The ending is just something to be. The ending is something to be. Is truly something to behold. It's insane.
Like, I wasn't a huge fan of the first one, but you're kind of convincing me on this one.
Yeah, it's directed by by a crazy director too. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was just basically was one of those throw shit at the wall and see if it works directors.
Well, I'll have to.
It's fantastic.
Maybe I'll check that out before I check out more important movies.
It's not like Unfriended Dark Web in that you don't really expect it to be any good, but it actually turns out to be okay.
Well, Josh, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, man.
Also returning to the show, I'll do it in this order. For his 47th appearance on the show, welcome back to the other Josh Pick.
Hi, that's me. Other
that
Josh.
Is you.
That's what my mom and ex-wife would call me, so that's good.
I mean, this show is nothing without Josh's.
It's not nothing. It's just 100 and something episodes less.
I mean, the two of you have been on a few episodes together.
I don't remember nothing.
I remember because I have a hard time when there's two Josh P's on the show.
Me too.
Yeah. So,
well, Josh, have you seen anything recently you like?
Nope.
All right,
probably.
Great.
I did watch The Mummy 2 last night. We had it on midway during the open mic, and so I did watch The Mummy 2 with commercials and no sound instead of 5 hours of open mic. Because it's about 5 hours long on TV with commercials, probably. It holds up. You know, you've seen it before, so you know what they're saying. And if you don't, who cares? It's still better than what's actually on stage.
I mean, I can't argue against that. I think almost any day I'd rather watch The Mummy 2 than be at an open mic.
Yeah. Not a movie, I guess, but kind of. I did watch the first 2 episodes of The History of the World Part 2.
Oh, how is that?
Hit or miss, but the hits are really good.
That's one that worried me.
It's worth it. Maybe get stoned first, but there's some good bits in there.
It's the stuff that isn't great isn't like cringy, which I think.
No,
well, that's
no. It's just boring sketch material. It's not. Yeah.
It's just not great.
Yeah, it's just not great. Yeah. But it was. Yeah, it's like Wanda Sykes and Nick Kroll and what's his name wrote it. What's his name isn't helpful, but anyway, that's enough for me.
I got to check it out.
Yeah.
I love stuff by what's his name. It's my favorite writer.
Yeah, he's great. He wrote that thing. What's its thing?
Also returning to the show for their 32nd appearance, not counting hosting. Marty Viscosi, welcome back.
Jesus Christ. I had no idea I'd been on that many times.
I mean, I love having you on. You have been on a lot this year.
Yeah.
Which must suck for you because I changed the game this year.
You know, we know how I feel about that last mini game. We all know. It's not a secret. I'm still having a good time. I'd rather play a broken game than no game. Nick.
I mean, I will take that as a compliment and an insult.
As it was meant.
Uh-huh. Well, Marty, have you seen anything recently you like?
I'm like a big hater, and I know I've seen a lot of things
I know.
I haven't liked.
I'm well aware of that.
I haven't liked lately. Slashback had been on my list for a really long time, and I finally watched it, and I really liked it. And I was like, man, this is like The Thing meets Attack the Block. And then I looked it up to see like what reviews of it said, and the first thing that came up was a Variety article saying Slashback, The Thing meets Attack the Block. So
I've never heard of this movie, but you sold me just on that.
It's very good. It's like Arctic Circle, small Inuit community, teenagers, and like alien invasion.
Perfect.
Coming of age.
Is that streaming somewhere?
Shudder.
Yeah, it's on Shudder.
All right, great. Gonna add that to my list.
I do have to add the fact that Marty's the reason why I have 30 points in the last game.
Sounds like I missed something.
Josh.
Finally, returning to the show for their 24th appearance, not counting hosting, Elsie Clark, welcome back.
Hey everyone! Thanks for having a newbie.
I know you're fresh in this game.
Yeah, fresh faced and hungry. So
excited to see what the kid can do.
It's me.
Well, Elsie, last one up. You've had some time to think. Is there anything you've seen recently that you really liked?
Yeah, I watched Vengeance, the BJ Novak movie.
Oh yeah,
week.
I heard that was pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's an enjoyable rom. Yeah, it's fun, kind of fish out of water story with a modern podcasting twist. So I recommend it. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, perfect.
Time well spent.
Excellent. I feel like I've had enough people tell me that it's worth watching, that I should watch it.
Yeah, so there's some really good performances.
Sweet. Well, excellent recommendations, everybody. Thank you all for being back for the millionth time each. You all know how this game works, but if you're new to the show, here's what's going to happen. I've gone to IMDb and I have pulled parental warnings for all of these fine folks, their favorite movies. As I say every time, I don't write these. I don't know who writes these, but these anonymous weirdos have provided a gift, I think, to me and to the world. I'm going to read these warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie these warnings are from. Some of these might be harder than others, but I have to assume that at least one of you can get each and every one of these. So we'll see how it goes. I think there was only one movie I came across that didn't have any warnings. But other than that, let's just jump into this game. To do that, Josh Pick, I'm going to go to you first. Would you like a movie from 1977, 1986, or 2001?
86.
86.
I bet this is a Poirier.
All right. 1986, first movie of the night. For 5 points under the category of violence and gore, a man punches another man twice and is kicked across the room. All right, for 4 points under violence and gore, the hero hits a bad guy with a knife from his boot. Poirier has a guess.
Like Poirier.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
All right, Poirier, what do you think this movie is?
Pretty sure it's what old Jack Burton says at a time like this. Big Trouble in Little China.
This is one of Poirier's for 4 points. Big Trouble in Little China.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you. What old Jack Burton says at a time like this. Who?
You only got 4 points, but that's still pretty good.
Other clues in that, under violence and gore, Jack and Wang have a brief fist fight with thunder. Violence and gore, many scenes with martial arts fighting and lots of people being shot. However, these scenes are bloodless. And violence and gore, there is a large-scale street fight between two gangs towards the beginning of the film. And several characters are shooting. Several people are chased down in this scene by some Chinese gangsters. A man gets his arm broken.
Yeah, Thunder in that movie was kind of the blueprint for Raiden, in a way, from Mortal Kombat.
I can see that, yeah. Well, Poirier is at 4 points with his own movie. We'll see if that's how the game continues. Poirier, you also get to pick next.
All right.
Would you like a movie from 1972, 2001, or 2016?
I think we all know what we're saying here. 72.
72. All right, from 1972 for 5 points under sex and nudity. There is a brief scene in which a silhouette of two people, one of them at least a woman, whipping a person sexually in an S&M style fashion. LC is buzzed in, nobody else. What do you think? Poirier, what do you think?
I guess A Clockwork Orange.
LC, what do you think?
I'm gonna guess Cabaret with Liza Minnelli.
It is not A Clockwork Orange. This is one of LC's movies, Cabaret.
Right, I'm seeing a trend here, Nick.
I know, and I was wondering if it was just going to be this. We'll see. This is why I added more movies. So
I chose a lot of movies I haven't seen in a long time, so I'm probably gonna get tricked by myself again.
I came really close to Googling the year for Cider House Rules, but that felt like cheating.
My first list was the Cider House Rules 10 times.
Also in Cabaret, violence and gore, a man is taken out and beaten in a back alley. He's left bloodied and beaten. A corpse is shown on the street with a trail of blood. Man is shown bandaged and badly beaten after implied fight. Sex and nudity. There is a discussion of syphilis and how it's contracted. Midway through, while discussing the ways to get it, Sally says, and of course screwing, then uses the German word for sex and begins talking about how she had sex with a producer to get a contract.
Here's a smorgasbord.
Sex and nudity. The song Two Ladies is very sexually suggestive of a threesome. Two men appear to flirt suggestively. One man later confirms to a friend that they had sex. And frightening and intense scenes, the Tomorrow Belongs to Me sequence shows a lot of people adding to the Nazism. Although this scene isn't violent, it's still intense and even scary a little bit. I just saw this movie for the first time recently, and it's pretty good.
It's pretty long.
No, it's like 100 minutes.
Oh.
And what's his face? Jennifer Grey's dad. The guy who's so amazing in that movie.
Right?
Well, LC has 5, Poirier has 3, Pick and Marty at 0. We also haven't gotten to a Pick or Marty movie yet, so that'll change.
Be funny if it didn't, though.
LC, would you like a movie from 2015, 2001, or 2022?
I'm gonna go with 2015.
2015. We got 2 hands shooting up, now just 1 hand. All right, 2015 for 5 points under sex and nudity. One man tells another that he is going to fuck his wife. All right. Poirier, what do you think this movie is?
Yeah, I did Google something, year that something came up, but I'm going to say Sinister 2.
Marty, what do you think?
This is Sinister 2, the part where he tells him to get off his property because he's going to go fuck his wife.
I assume that's what the scene is. This is Marty's choice of Sinister 2. We're all having fun.
So does that mean the next movie is my movie?
I mean, that's a very good choice. I gave LC a pick between 3 movies. 2 of them were LC's.
I know.
And they picked Marty's.
Oh boy.
It didn't
I
seem
hope that-
fair.
Genuinely hope that none of mine get chosen.
Also in Sinister 2, Violence and Gore, a boy turns to ash and decays. Frightening and intense scenes. The Bughoul demon is present much more in this film. A few jump scares throughout, some more intense than others. Violence and Gore, a young boy is forced to watch murder tapes by other children. And Violence and Gore, several murder films are shown, and though some of them rely more on the creepy vintage Super 8 look and music to be frightening, one features a religious family tied down to the floor of a church and are eaten and killed by rats.
That scene grosses me out more than anything in any other movie that I like.
Pick, it's gonna be hard for you a movie to get chosen when all it is 10 times Sunhouse Rules.
Yeah. 1998. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
I did finally watch Sinister 1, so I'm almost there.
Halfway.
I just looked up James Ransom movies.
Where are we? Marty, it's to you now. Would you like a movie from 1986, 2001, or 2000?
Movies that I'm trying to pick movies that I know that I put in, but I don't remember what I put in, which is a lot harder.
Yeah, I'm also having a hard time with that.
I should have screenshotted the Google form before I hit send. I'm gonna go with 2000.
2000. All right, 2000 for 5 points under sex and nudity. A man jokingly refers to a woman judging him after a date. LC has a guess. Anybody else? LC, what do you think?
Is this Best in Show?
This might be the shortest game we ever do. This is another one of LC's Best in Show.
This is fun. I'm having fun.
It's great because all 4 of us are the best in this show, Nick.
I am
That's
wondering.
exactly what I was hoping for.
We'll see how the rest of the show goes. I'm wondering if I do this again, if I have to retool it somehow. Also in Best in Show, under Violence and Gore, a man threatens to gouge out a younger boy's eyes. He doesn't actually do this, and the threats are done in a comical way due to his unfortunately funny choice of words. Sex and nudity, a woman is frequently encountering her past sexual partners who usually describe their encounter in crude terms. Her husband is very upset by this. Profanity, bitch is said about 3 times, referring to dogs. And sex and nudity, a woman touches a dog's testicles while examining them.
God, that movie rules.
Oh, it's just no.
Well, LC is up to 10. Poirier's at 8. Marty at 5. Pick is at 0.
That was almost on my list too, LC.
Hell yeah. Right?
Yeah, if there were a few Levy and anyway, it was I'll just shut up
Nick,
because we're playing a game.
Nick,
but
What's up?
Just so you know, if you want to know if this format works, when you do the best actor one,
Best in Show tonight.
look at the two actors I put down, James Hogg and Danny Trejo.
Yeah, we have to discuss this, Josh, because I did send you a message. I only want one actor from you.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I just put the 2 most prolific actors in Hollywood.
You sure did. You're not great at strategy or following directions.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to stretch out the show. Stretch out the show.
All right, Pick, we're back to you.
Yeah, we got to vamp for a while.
Josh, Pick, would you like a movie from 1985, 1998, or 2013?
85.
85. All right, 1985 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking.
No.
Men and women smoke and drink. Josh has a guess. Anybody else?
Life has no meaning, Nick. Is this
All right,
Manhunter?
Josh. It is not Manhunter.
That's fine. I just wanted to finally say something. I feel like it's been a while.
For 4 points under 6.
Throw you off the scent.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, another short scene with them both naked, shadowy in the hotel room. Marty has a guess. Anybody else? Josh, what do you think?
The Tom and Jerry movie?
There's so many nude scenes in that movie.
I'm surprised it didn't do better.
Marty, what do you think?
I almost have this on the last clue, so if it's right, I'm gonna be mad. But Desert Hearts?
You're the only one I assume who could get this. This is one of your picks, Desert Hearts.
It's fantastic, and everybody should watch it. Highly underrated. The book is great too.
This was the one that had exactly 5 warnings, and I used them all. Sex and nudity. 2 women make out in the rain, clothed. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Vivian, Pat, and Silver smoke cigarettes. Sex and nudity. A woman removed her clothes and waits in bed for another. Her breasts are visible. Later, both women's breasts are seen during sex. Intense and very loving.
Ooh.
The scene with Kay driving backwards down the highway with the sunglasses and like flirting the entire drive. It's just, it's so good. So underrated.
If this movie was about me, it'd be called Dessert Hearts, right?
Cholesterol.
Yeah, buddy, I can't get enough.
Elsie's at 10. Marty is at 9. Poirier's at 8. Pick is at -2.
I'm so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry I'm here. You're all doing great. I'm really, really bringing you down. I apologize. I can't promise it's going to get better.
Poirier, would you like a movie from 1982, 1999, or 2005?
Let's go with.
I don't remember what I chose anymore.
Let's go with 82.
1982 for 5 points under sex and nudity. Right after a man pulls the alarm, another man in his underpants runs down the hallway. No nudity. Pick has a guess. Anybody else?
That's Poirier.
No, I said you have a guess.
No.
Yeah.
I just put my hand. I put my hand up after.
All right,
you said
Josh,
my name.
pick. What do you think this movie is?
I don't remember. I don't know.
All right.
Spider-Man.
Poirier, what do you think?
This is the thing.
It's not Spider-Man. This movie is another one of Josh's picks. The Thing.
Hey, that's. So
Yeah.
I want to say hold on. You actually just said my name. My middle name is Steven. So whenever you say Josh's pick, it's my name because the initial and then. So it seems important. Seems.
Well, I hope we get to some of Josh S's picks.
I don't. It seems better this way, honestly. We're almost halfway through the game. Fuck me. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's.
Also in The Thing, under frightening and intense scenes, not recommended for the faint-hearted at all. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking.
Okay.
Several people have morphine injected into them. Violence and gore. A husky transforms into a horrifying monster. It is seen as a writhing blob with limbs and a dog's head, before red tentacles emerge from its body, as well as claws that grip onto the ceiling. And frightening and intense scenes, the creature of the title has no defined form. What it looks like, or even what it is, can't be actually described.
Nice, like a John Carpenter film on the list too.
Poirier's up to 13. LC's at 10. Marty's at 9. Josh Pick is at -3. I will say this one thing is I'm glad we're doing that final betting round.
Yeah.
LC, would you like a movie from 1955, 1996, or 2010?
Nope. Still.
Elsie, did you say something?
Yeah. I said
Okay, your mic
1996.
cuts it. Okay, your mic cuts in and out sometimes. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, sorry.
I always give you a lot of time to be lost in thought, even though you answer immediately. All right, 1996 for 5 points under profanity. Very frequent use of fuck. For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A few characters are alcoholics. Beer and liquor are consumed throughout the entire film. Cigarettes are smoked in almost every scene. Character is a pothead and occasionally talks enthusiastically about marijuana. Marty has a guess. Marty does not have a guess.
It sounds like something I would have chosen, but I don't think I chose anything like that. The things I chose aren't from that year. They're like, oh boy.
For 3
I
points,
can only
under
account
frightening
for
and
like
intense
oh
scenes.
boy. This is going to be embarrassing.
Lots of
isn't it?
emotional tension between the characters and a lingering feeling of impending violence. The film is extremely bitter and cynical.
That sounds like Pick.
Oh man. What did I do to myself?
For 2 points under sex and nudity, a man strips completely naked. We see his bare buttocks and a few quick glimpses of his genitals. Character constantly cracks extremely crude sex jokes throughout the movie. Several other casual, though often quite graphic, sexual references.
Is this something I chose? What is this? I will say, in my defense, I did work 3 doubles in a row. And then today I remembered that you can just buy hash at dispensaries. So I haven't slept much and I smoked a lot of hash today. So we'll see.
Elsie has a guess. What do you think, Elsie?
Train Spotting.
It is
that movie
not
about
Train
alcohol.
Spotting. All right, final clue for 1 point under violence and gore. There is constant tension between the convenience store owner and all the main characters. At one point, a confrontation results in a gun being pulled, but nobody gets hurt. We are led to believe that a character beat a woman to death, but she turns up okay.
Somebody here put this in, but nobody knows who it is or what it is.
Oh boy.
All right, I think I have to call it. Pick, not only did you give me this movie, this is the only movie you gave me the year for. This is Suburbia.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I chose that. Yeah, it's Steve Zahn and Giovanni Ribisi and Parker Posey's in it. It's really good. It's one of the first movies I ever saw that I thought was really cool. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? I thought in my brain, oh, boy. That's true. Now I remember I wrote it in parentheses. I typed it. Oh, man. I knew that I was gonna do. I put 2 or 3 movies on there that I haven't watched in probably 10 or 15 years.
Well, at least this happened once in the game. All right. That means that Poirier's at 13, Elsie and Marty both at 9. Pick is at -3. Marty, we're back to you. Would you like a movie from 1977, 1992, or 2001?
77.
77.
I'm just gonna smoke more of this hash.
From 1977 for 5 points under profanity. A character is thrown out of the school unfairly and goes on a minor tirade. He calls a woman a bitch about 3 times and also says "God damn" once. Marty has a guess. Anybody else? Josh, Pick, what do you think this movie is?
Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Marty, what do you think?
Pretty anti-school movie from the 70s. No, it's from the 80s, isn't it? Oh, well.
Marty?
I think this is Suspiria.
Now we're back into this. It is another of Marty's choices.
That's a
Suspiria.
much better guess than. Who cares?
Yeah, we are speeding through this game. We might even hit the hour mark. Also in Suspiria, under Sex and Nudity, Sarah and Susie swim in the pool in rather tight bathing suits. Sarah wears a one-piece and Susie wears a t-shirt-like top with bikini bottoms. Sarah and Susie's nipples can be seen poking through their suits. Also in a few shots, you can see both their genitals bulging behind the swimsuit fabric. Sarah's pubic hair is faintly visible through her suit as well. Yeah, you know how they bulge.
I'm gonna rewatch this movie because I've seen that movie a lot of times, and I feel like that's something that usually sticks out to me. But no,
frightening and intense scenes. This is a beautiful and sometimes horrifying and eerie suspenseful horror film with lots of nightmare-worth soundtrack music and gory deaths, which are pretty surprising. Violence and gore, a woman smashes through a mirror, covering herself in blood. She then falls into a pit of razor wire and becomes severely bloodied as she struggles in the wire. Her throat is then slit in extremely close-up. Very graphic and prolonged scene. And Sex and Nudity. Ballerinas are central to the film. They are seen wearing form-fitting leotards.
Music by motherfucking Goblin.
Sammy James lists this as a horror movie that's a red flag if it's people's favorite. And the first time I heard her say that, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings a little bit.
All right. Well, we got 4 movies remaining. Pick, we're gonna go back up to you.
Why?
That's the way this game goes.
All right.
Would you like a movie from 2001, 2016, or 2022?
You're a real jerk, Nick. 2001? That might be something I chose.
All right, 2001.
Oh, yeah, there is a convenience store in suburbia. Shit, it's like a... Oh, man, Steve Zahn is... Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
There were no duplicates on any of your lists. 2001 came up, I think, 6 times.
Jesus Christ.
This one from 2001 for 5 points under Sex and Nudity. In the opening scene, there is a girl in bed and her breasts are exposed bare for a few seconds. All right. Poirier, what do you think?
Just a percent.
Pick, what do you think?
I gotta start taking swings here, Nick. I think I put How High on the list, and I think that's from 01. I don't think that's how the movie opens. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. But How High, buddy?
You did put How High on the list, and according to IMDb, that's how that movie opens. This is How High.
That's great.
Wow.
It is Method Man at the beginning. Okay. All right, cool. You know, that movie was written by one of Bob Dylan's sons, not Jacob, though. Not the one from the Wallflowers. He has 2 sons. One of them is in a band who sounds like his dad. The other one made How High. Also, he's there apparently.
Wait, is Bob Dylan's son Method Man?
Yes. No, Redman.
Oh, yeah. No, I can see the resemblance now.
Yeah.
Also in How High, violence and gore, a dead body is exhumed from a grave and his extremely decomposed remains are then desecrated. The arm of the body is removed with bolt cutters, and the grave robbers attempt to smoke the remains. One of the hands is processed in a blender. No blood is shown, but the scene is still disgusting. Sex and Nudity. A very brief scene where Silas and Jamal have sex with 2 women in beds next to each other. They are clothed. And alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Consumption of marijuana is a major plot point in this film.
That's not the percent.
This might be the stupidest movie that has ever been made, and I genuinely mean that. And it was made so earnestly. It takes place at Harvard, and it so clearly is not Harvard. There's a part of the movie where a dude's bicycle gets run over by an 18-wheeler that's just like chugging on through, and it's like that. Yeah, Harvard Square, baby. It's fucking rules. It is. They smoke up 2 or 3 old dead. It's so good. They smoke weed out of the founding fathers because it's you gotta watch it. It's so good. The whole plot is based on smoking dead people, and then you get smart and you go to Harvard. Well, actually,
I think I have to watch this movie.
Actually, just your friend's ghost gives you the answers, and then you go to Harvard. It's great. It's a stoner comedy that's also a college movie, and they don't make college movies anymore for good cause, I guess. But oh man, yeah, How High rules. Feels worth it for this.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know why Pick's explanation of that just reminds me of another movie that I should have on my list that I didn't. Dirty Work.
Which one?
Dirty Work.
Oh yeah,
that's on my list, buddy. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's there.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you can go ahead and tell him.
That's okay. I'm just throwing you off the set. I've never seen that movie.
We got 3 movies left. Marty's at 14, Poirier's at 12, LC's at 9, Pick is now at 0.
Hey, back to level, baby.
Poirier, would you like a movie from 1986, 2001, or 2013?
86.
86. All right, 1986 for 5 points. Under frightening and intense scenes, the film has a very disturbing and unsettling atmosphere and soundtrack. Pick has a guess. Anybody else? All right, Josh, what do you think?
I meant to look up what year this came out because I always forget. Is it Manhunter?
You're 2 in a row, Pick. This one is
right.
Manhunter. See, now all your movies are coming up at the end of the game.
That movie's
That's what happens
so
when we go
good.
through everything else. Also in Manhunter, violence and gore, a bloody murder scene and corresponding pictures. Violence and gore, a man is strapped to a wheelchair and then set on fire. He's shown rolling down a parking lot ramp. The scene is unexpected and one of the most disturbing scenes in the film. Frightening and intense scenes, a man enters the mindset of a killer. In one scene, which some may find frightening, is when he imagines one of the murdered victims, and her eyes and mouth are glowing white. And violence and gore, it is implied the tooth fairy bites Lowndes on the mouth. We hear him scream from outside the house.
I'll put to the vote the fact that I think Brian Cox was a better Hannibal Lecter than Anthony Hopkins.
I really like Brian Cox's Hannibal.
The scene with the phone is so genuinely disturbing and fucking sociopathic. I love that movie. I love even more that it came out in 86 because it means that it came out when Miami Vice was popular. So it has like, it's fucking love that movie. It's such wild filters that it works. It's great. Michael Mann, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Marty at 14, Poirier at 12, LC at 9, Pick at 5. Still really anybody's game. LC, you get to pick this one. Would you like a movie from, where are we? 1992, 1998, or 2005? 82? No, what did you say?
I said 92.
92.
Did you say?
No, it is 92.
Okay.
I was trying to read your lips. Your mic went out again.
Well, I don't know what to do about that.
Not a huge problem. Penultimate movie from 92 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. The action sequences are also intense and acrobatic.
Nope. Certainly no one can call any of that acrobatic.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, a man is severely beaten and then has his throat slit while coping with injuries in a hospital. LC has a guess. Anybody else?
This is grumpy old man.
What do you think, LC?
I am gonna guess that this is Basic Instinct.
It is not Basic Instinct.
Ah.
For 3 points under violence and gore, the third set piece is on a docked boat and is definitely the mildest of the 4, with 4 or 5 assassins being gunned down and their victim being seriously wounded. Lasts about 3 minutes. All right, for 2 points under violence and gore, the body count is numbered at around 300. The violence itself literally takes up almost 3/4 of the film's 2-hour runtime, perhaps more. There's lots of blood, and people die via shooting, explosions, stabbing, throat slitting, and even executions. Blood is seen spraying, squirting, splattering, covering surfaces and people, etc. It's not overly disturbing, but it's pretty constant. A brutal and very bloody beating takes place as well.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Poirier, what do you think?
Hard boiled.
It is hard boiled. It's one of yours.
Yeah. That's a great film.
Man.
If you haven't seen it yet, that's John Woo.
I haven't seen it, but reading these descriptions, I think I got to watch it.
Yeah, Chow Yun-fat. Chow Yun-fat was in it. It was one of his movies. By Tony Leon Kafai, I want to say. It was a great fucking film.
Last clue in that, under violence and gore, the 4th sequence takes place in a hospital where literally scores of people, patients, police officers, and thugs are mowed down and executed by a wide variety of guns. Babies and other patients are also in danger of being blown up by the villain, who has his thugs set the whole place up with explosives. The sequence lasts about 35 to 40 minutes, if you include one of their first victims being chased through the facility while he's in a wheelchair.
It's crazy. That's an insane scene, that hospital scene.
All right. It's insane. One movie remains before we do this final betting. Poirier and Marty both at 14. LC's at 8. Pick is at 5. Marty gets to choose this last movie. Marty, are you still there? Hey, Marty.
Sorry, my
There
internet
you
is
are.
being very, very unpleasant.
Oh, no. All right, Marty, you get to pick this last movie. Would you like a movie from 1998, 2001, or 2010?
I'm torn between doing 98 and like sowing a little bit of chaos and doing 2001. I'm gonna do 98.
Okay. All right, final movie from 1998 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. The sexual relation shown between animals could be intense for some viewers.
I go back and do 2001.
God, is this something I chose and forgot about?
For 4 points under violence and gore, a character is thrown into a dumpster or onto the street on multiple occasions, including as a child. Pick has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Josh? Pick.
I don't. This isn't Dirty Work. That is 98, and I did choose Dirty Work.
You did choose Dirty Work. This is Dirty Work.
All right, yeah. I was just gonna say, all right, good enough.
I had a feeling it was. I just didn't want to pull the trigger.
Yeah. God, I'm so stupid.
All right, wrapping up dirty work, violence, and gore in a hallucination. Gary Coleman is punched hard by a boxer.
This is one of my favorite scenes in any movie. It's Mike Tyson. So good.
Violence and gore. A running joke is that a character is constantly being beaten up by bookies. It's revealed at the ending that he died.
It's Chevy Chase.
And sex and nudity. One of the characters explains how he's related to another character by saying, quote, "My dad boned his mom." Two characters find out they're half-brothers, and they find out that one of the characters had sex with a woman without knowing it was his half-sister.
Hello, real cops?
I'm gonna watch the movie again now.
Oh God, it's got a chainsaw! It is a chainsaw! He's killing me with the chainsaw!
Such a great movie.
Right. So that means that we've got a real competitive game going into the final. Poirier and Marty both at 14. Pick at 9, LC at 8. What I want you to do now is send me a wager between 1 and 10 privately about how much you think you know about IMDb ratings.
What was the score again?
This will not be a number question. This question has an answer.
Okay.
What's the scores?
The scores, Poirier and Marty at 14. You're at 9. LC's at 8. All right, we've got all of your bets in. Before we go into the final question, I do want to pull up all of your lists because we should talk about what movies you all picked. We'll start with Marty's list. Marty chose, of course, Sinister 2, as well as Drop Dead Gorgeous, But I'm a Cheerleader, Cult of Chucky, Shaun of the Dead, Suspiria, Bride of Reanimator, Return of the Living Dead, Desert Hearts, and Big Eden. Josh Poirier chose The Iron Giant, Clerks, Marty, The Descent, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, Hard Boiled, Shaolin Soccer, Spirited Away, and They Live. LC went with Singin' in the Rain, Cabaret, Basic Instinct, Face Off, Best in Show,
Hell yeah.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch, Super Troopers, Mulholland Drive, Moana, and The Menu. Josh Pick chose Manhunter, Blue Ruin, Fargo, The Silence of the Lambs, Train Spotting, How High, Suburbia, Billy Madison, Dirty Work, and asked me to choose any Jackass movie, so I chose Jackass 3D.
And he wrote Sentinel's Rules 9 times.
I feel like if you put lists on the table and told us to match them up to people, like, pretty.
Oh yeah.
No, I think we can figure it out.
That was just the first ones that came to my head. I didn't do any digging at all.
I'm the biggest John Carpenter stan in the world.
So you've all heard these movies now. What I did was I gathered what each of those movies were rated on IMDb out of 10, and I found the average of all 4 of you. What I want to know right now is which of you has the best taste in movies? Which of your 10 lists has the highest rating? For an extra 3 points, you can send me what you think that rating is. If you get it within 0.3, I'll give you 3 more points. Get it? 0.3, 3 points. It's fun to me.
Well, it's fun to you.
You see why I had to include a final one. This is too good.
Do you know the averages for each person? Because now
I do.
Oh, yes.
And I can pull that up once.
I'm really excited for this.
Oh God, I just want to be lowest so bad.
Dude, yeah, right there with you.
Garbage.
I'm realizing that
oh boy,
that this is hard for me to get who's writing what, because I get a bunch of names and then a bunch of other names that these names are choosing, and I'm confusing myself.
I don't really know what's going on, so right there with you, pal.
Okay, I think we've got all of your things. Is that everything? Thank you, Marty, for clearing that up.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think for the fun of it, let's pull up that. The lowest person on the list with an average score of 6.69, Marty.
Yeah!
There's a 2 that throws that all.
That's a good number too. Hell yeah. Nice work, Marty.
Riding that high for the rest of my life.
In third place with 7.17 is Josh Pick.
All right. Okay. What's up, dude? Feels good.
Very nice at the bottom.
With 7.52
yeah.
is LC. Meaning that with 7.69, a full point higher than Marty, is Josh Poirier.
Wow.
Marty went ahead and guessed LC would have the highest at 7.5.
Can I get points for nailing that at least?
No, you may not.
Damn it.
You got it within 0.02, but I can't give you bonus points if you don't get the points.
That's some bullshit, Nick.
Josh Pick also went with LC for 6.0.
No, that's 60. I didn't understand the.
I did see you say 60, and I wrote down 60 and realized, I think that's
nice. That's very nice of you. I didn't understand. Thought it meant like it doesn't matter.
Can I get some points like Balderdash rules, where because other people thought that mine would be the best?
That would have been fun.
Oh man, I like
now,
that. I want
now
to play
to the
game.
important thing. Both LC and Josh Poirier guessed Josh Poirier. Josh with himself guessed 7.8. That's 0.11 away. You're going to get the extra 3 points for that. LC, as far as I can tell, you did not try for the extra points, did you?
No, I don't.
Hey, it tripped me. Yeah, I said 60.
All right. So Josh Pick only bet 1 point, only loses 1 point.
Yeah, I've learned a lot of things about myself over the years, and I know not to gamble on myself.
I feel like there's an extra layer to this too, of like Josh Pick and I were on the bottom and we both guessed wrong for the top.
Yeah. What's up, dudes? I love movies. The movies are so cool, right, Marty?
Yeah.
I love watching them. I love watching them and remembering them.
Marty,
I love telling people I like them and not being able to recall anything about them.
Now here's where things get a little interesting.
Finally.
LC bet 10 points.
Fucking got him.
So LC gains 10 points. Josh Poirier bet 6 points plus his 3. That's a full 9 points. That means our final scores tonight are Josh Pick at 8, Marty at 10, LC at 18. But coming in at the end with the bonus points again, Josh Poirier with 23 points. this ended up being a fun experiment.
Yeah. We should do this again with the same group, but now that we know it's and just change the list.
40 movies.
Yeah. See if we can.
I just love the fact that I have such great taste in movies. It's my favorite movies, and I recommended 47 Meters Down Uncaged as a movie everyone should see.
I can pull up this too, because there was a couple of other interesting pieces of information. Josh, none of your movies were under 7 out of 10. Poirier.
Who's okay?
Josh Poirier. All of your movies were 7 or higher.
Yeah.
You had 1, 2, 3 movies that were over 8. Marty, you had 2 movies that were under 6.
Oh yeah, which 2?
Sinister 2.
Sinister 2 and what else?
Cult of Chucky is a 5.2, Sinister 2 is a 5.3.
I can't help it that people on IMDb don't have taste, Nick. I feel like you know what you're signing up for when you take a movie recommendation for me.
You're also the only player to not have anything 8 or higher.
Wow. I want that on like a certificate. That makes me so like oh, that's so good. That's so good. This is the highlight of my day, my life.
You're the true winner of this one, Marty.
Elsie picked the oldest movie, 1952, picked Singing in the Rain. Elsie also picked the newest movie, 2022's The Menu. Which, if you haven't seen The Menu, please see The Menu.
Good.
What a treat.
What an absolute joy from beginning to end.
Oh,
They all deserved Oscars.
they all deserved something.
Yeah, they got what they deserved. Anyway.
Just desserts.
Before we go.
Yeah, that's Dessert Hearts.
There is
that movie is legitimately good, and you should watch it for the record.
I'm gonna watch it now.
I have added it to my list because reading the plot description did sound interesting.
It is. It's really, really cute. The book is one of the earliest examples of a happy ending in a gay book, and like, it's a really, really sweet story. There's some really beautiful imagery of like lesbians in the desert. Good time.
Also, Marty is the only one who suggested a movie that I could not use. Big Eden didn't have a single warning.
I figured when I put it on the list, but that's another one that like I really don't know how I went so long without knowing that movie existed, but it is really, really worth watching too.
I found out that movie existed about 6 days ago.
It's really good. It's new queer cinema, so like everybody, like all the characters are really well developed and really 3-dimensional, and there's a really cute love story and like a triangle, and it takes place in Montana, so like also like you have gays, you have lesbians in the desert and gay people in the woods. I don't know what to tell you. I'm very consistent, but it's very good.
Well, before we go, all of you were wonderful. Thank you for doing this. If you have anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or any last words, Elsie, you have anything you want to say to people?
Oh, listen. I just, like, where did all the frozen yogurt go?
That's a very good question. It all became juice bars, and then all the juice bars died.
Like, they got, all these different, non-dairy milks, and they act like frozen yogurt doesn't have its own niche, which is providing probiotics in a dessert. Like, and now it's really hard to find frozen yogurt. And I just want to say, like, where did it go?
Asking the important questions.
Just a little thinker for your Tuesday morning. Maybe.
Are you asking where did Froyo go?
Yeah.
Josh Pick, you got anything you want to tell people about?
That's a good question.
Yeah, there's shows this month. You can go to them.
You got an oh god no coming up?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's shows you can go to them. I'll be at some of the shows. I won't be on every show that happens the rest of this month in Boston, but I will be on like several of them. So you can look. You got Google. You're an adult. You can fucking figure it out.
That's true. You're not one of the 5 comics who is on every show in Boston.
No. But so you can figure it. You can go, and maybe I'll be there. And if I'm not, well, that's probably better. Anyway, you go to a better show than the one I'm. Bam.
Marty, you got anything you want to say?
Have you seen this cat?
Look at that cat.
That's the main thing I want to say. She's so beautiful. But in sincerity, I want to say the same thing I said last time. That Minneapolis is in the middle of a really rough situation with some environmental racism right now. I'm like smiling because I just found out I have terrible taste confirmed, but like this is actually very serious.
Yeah.
In the East Phillips neighborhood, which is in like southern Minneapolis, there is a Roof Depot site that has a really high concentration of arsenic underneath, and there is a group in East Phillips that has been trying to turn it into like a community garden and like a resource center for years, and they've been doing like a slow cleanup. The city is trying to bulldoze it, which would then put all the arsenic in the water and in the air in a really densely populated neighborhood. So we really need support. Right now, the city's demolition is on pause, but we need people to call the mayor. Feel free to call him whatever you want. Little piss boy bitch baby is my personal favorite. We need people to send money and resources for the community that's over there. We need just as much help as we can. The best way to get information is via Instagram. There's a couple different accounts. Defend the Depot is probably the easiest one to find the other ones from. But we really need support. It's kind of disheartening that it's not being talked about that much outside the Twin Cities, because this is a really major situation, and like several of my loved ones live within like 600 feet of the site. A lot of my old work kids live within a couple blocks. It's right next to like an Anishinaabe housing project. It's a really big deal. So there's a lot of bad things going on, and this is one that we can do something about. So please look up Defend the Depot on Instagram and help us out.
I'm glad you keep bringing it up. You also posted the link on the Facebook group last week. So if you have a hard time remembering the name, you can also go there and get that information. Marty, thank you. Finally, our winner, keep making him go after that plea from Marty.
Yeah.
Josh Poirier.
Fucker, I gotta keep
next time I win,
racism.
Next time I win, if Marty's on the show, can she go last? Can they go last? Can they go last, please? I mean, it's just it. Oh my god!
Wow. And you're gonna misgender me, Josh? Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
I think you should donate your time.
Jesus Christ.
You got anything you want to say, Josh?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. Not anymore. I have the norovirus, so I'm sick. I'm not thinking straight, but so I apologize, Marty. I truly apologize.
You know what? I'm sick of being misgendered, Joshua.
I'm so sorry.
That's it. I'm going to have to separate the two of you, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. You're both on every episode.
You know I love you, Marty. I'm so sorry.
Likewise.
Well, thank you so much once again, Josh Pick, Josh Poirier, LC Clark, Marty Viscosi. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. nickmartucci.net/IMDb Game. We do this show 2 times a week, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel you're watching. So what you're going to want to do is like and subscribe and do all that YouTuber stuff. If you want to be on the show, reach out in any of those places. We'll be back on Thursday night with Oscar-winning movies, because the Oscars are on Sunday, and it only seems right to try to get more clicks. Also, just a personal plug, I will be doing Ama Marfo's show Pantry Raid this Wednesday. the 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can watch that on twitch.tv/comedy hub. Amma's great. She's been on this show so many times. She just put out a 30-minute special, and she runs this show, which is really fun, and you should check it out, even if I'm not on it. But if you want to see me on it, this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching.